Ooh, for sale. Advertising young love for sale. Love safe and still unspoiled. Love that's only slightly soiled. Love for sale.
Hello, Mr. Jeffs. Won't you come in?
My pleasure.
I hope you didn't mind my changing the appointments. Last night wasn't convenient.
That's okay. I was watching wrestling.
I was making some tea. Would you like a glass?
No, thank you.
I was talking to my husband about the insurance.
You were?
Yes. He said he'd like to renew with you. In fact, I thought he would be here.
But he's not?
No.
That's terrible. You know, on second thought, I'd like some iced tea very much.
Lemon?
Fix it your way. Seeing as your husband's not around, is there anything I could do for you? Like unclog your drain?
Fresh.
I used to be a plumber. Dirty business, but you learn a lot about life.
Well, I didn't think you learned it from a correspondence course. Have a seat.
Where'd you pick up this tea drinking? You're not English, are you?
No. I'm a New Yorker, born and raised in Manhattan.
I thought native New Yorkers all came from Europe.
I'd like to ask you something, Mr. Jeffs.
Make it Walter.
Walter.
Right.
I was just thinking about my husband. I worry a lot about him. He works at a nuclear reactor plant. It's very dangerous.
Not for an executive, is it?
Oh, he doesn't just sit at his desk. He's down there in the reactor room. I'm worried sick.
You mean there might be an accidental leak some night when he's working late?
Don't talk like that.
But that's the idea.
Well, just the other day, the pressure valve burst, and his foreman was hurt. He's in the hospital being treated for his burns.
Bad.
Wow. It's got me jittery with worry. You don't suppose something like that could happen to my husband, do you?
It could.
Don't you think my husband should have accident insurance?
Uh-huh.
What kind of accident insurance should he have?
Oh, enough to cover doctors and hospital bills, say $5,000 a week cash benefit. He'd rate around $3 million capital sum.
Capital sum? What's that?
That's if he got killed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I suppose you have to think of everything in your business.
Mr. Dieter will understand. I'm sure I can sell him on the idea of some accident protection. Why don't I talk to him about it?
You can try, but he's pretty tough to convince.
They're all tough at first.
Yeah. My husband has a lot on his mind. He doesn't listen to anything except for that baseball game on satellite. Some nights we just sit without saying a word to each other all night.
Sounds pretty dull.
I just sit and knit.
Is that what you married him for?
Maybe I like the way his fingers hold up the wool.
Well, anytime his fingers get tired, you just... Only with me, you wouldn't have to knit.
Wouldn't I?
You bet your life you wouldn't. I wonder if a little rum would put this up on its feet.
I want to ask you something, Walter. Could I buy an accident policy for my husband without bothering him at all?
How's that again?
Well, that way you wouldn't have to talk to him. It would be easier for you too. And I have a little bit of allowance and I could pay for it. And he needn't have to know anything.
Why shouldn't he know?
Because I know he doesn't want accident insurance. He's superstitious about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Funny, isn't it?
You know, that way all my troubles would be over. You know what I mean, Walter?
Sure, I'm not blind. You mean you want him to have the policy without him knowing it, And that means without the insurance company knowing he doesn't know. That's the setup, right?
Is there anything wrong with that?
No, I think it's lovely. Of course, it doesn't have to be a pressure valve. It could be a car backing over him, or he could fall out of a window. Any little thing like that, just so it's a morgue job.
Are you crazy?
Not that crazy. Goodbye, Mrs. Dieter.
What's the matter?
You can't get away with it, baby. You want to knock him off, don't you?
What a terrible thing to say.
Who'd you think I was, anyway? A guy that walks into some good-looking dame's apartment and says, "Good afternoon, I sell accident insurance on husbands. You got one that's been around too long? Somebody you'd like to turn into a little hard cash? Just give me a smile and I'll help you collect." Boy, what a dope you must think I am.
I think you're rotten.
You know, I think you're swell. So long as I'm not your husband.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'll get out of here, baby. I'll get out of here, but quick.
Who's prepared to pay the price for a trip to paradise? Love for sale. Let the poets pipe of love in their childish ways. I know every type of love better far than they. If you want the thrill of love, I've been through the mill of love. Old love, new love, everything but true love, love.